Hey guys, how you doing? Here making another video about the war. So, this one is going to address the notion that, Israel just, unprovoked, with no provocation, attacked Iran. And, they're just this warmongering country that wants to, have endless wars with American, taxpayer paid for weapons against all of its neighbors. And, this bellicose stance that they have is, the reason why there's so much instability in the region, and they're to be at fault. Because I see on YouTube and I see that some of these podcasters are actually avidly showing that they're pro-Iran. And I want to just dispel how stupid and foolish that is, and why anybody that has that stance really should have no platform and should be completely disqualified from having any legitimacy behind anything that they've ever said. On October 7th, when the whole conflict started with the Palestinians and the Israelis, immediately Iran told Hezbollah to start sending rockets over the border. They fired 8,000 rockets at Israel, okay? Also, Yemen, with the Houthis, had been firing on Israel the entire, periodically throughout the entire conflict. Both of those entities are Iranian-backed proxies, meaning they couldn't do what they did. They don't have those capabilities on their own. They only have those capabilities because of Iran. And they do what Iran tells them to do because they are subordinate to Iranian authority. Okay, so to say that Israel was just unprovoked and, there was no provocation at all is a demonstrative lie. It is an absolute lie. It's not a perspective. It's not an opinion. It's a fucking lie. Okay? And for all of you people that just hate Israel, you're just a bunch of losers. That's all you people are. You're fucking losers. Because if you look at it, Hezbollah got their fucking asses kicked. And people like C.J. Werleman and Scott Ritter and Colonel Douglas McClellan, who you guys, or McGregor, whatever the hell the guy's name is, who you guys love to listen to, were fucking wrong. Go back and look. They all said, Israel's got no chance against Hezbollah. They're going to go in there and it's going to be a bloody mess. These are seasoned veteran, fighters, and Israelis aren't used to fighting this way. Yeah, and 3,500 of them got severely wounded by a cell phone explosion. They killed all of the leading, top brass in Hezbollah. Ibrahim Akil, dead Muslim Arab. Ali Karaki, dead Muslim Arab. What's his name? Fuad Shukr, the ghost, dead Muslim Arab. All these Muslim Arab Shiite terrorists are fucking dead. They got killed. Hassan Nasrallah, dead. Safiuddin, dead. So, who won that? Hezbollah got their ass kicked. Allah Akbar. Allah is not the greatest. Obviously, because, how about Hamas? Oh, Hamas is winning? Maybe a PR war against dumb fucks who, conflate crocodile tears with actual sympathy. Okay? Is 55,000, or really it's probably more like 65,000 dead Palestinians, because when you count the people that are buried under the rubble, they estimate it to be about 10,000, according to the Gaza Ministry of Defense. Does that sound like they're winning? They've killed 1,500 Israelis versus 65,000 Palestinians being dead. Let's see. Mohammed Deaf, Ismail Haniyeh, Yahya Sinwar, Mohammed Sinwar, just to name a few of the top, senior members of Hamas are dead. And 1.8 million people are displaced from their homes. There's not one working hospital in the north of Gaza. Does that sound like they're winning? Does that sound like they're winning? Because it sounds like they're getting their asses kicked, and you pussies, you losers, you sympathizers with, people who have self-inflicted wounds are just pussies. And you just can't can't take it that Israel is just kicking ass and taking names. And how about Yemen? Yemen is the poorest country in all of the Middle East. They've been in a civil war since 2014. And one of the big reasons behind that is that Iran supports the Houthis. Okay, the Houthis are disrupting commercial shipping with the Bab el-Mandeb. Is that smart? Are they winning? Is the rest of the world benefiting from the Houthis or Yemen? That's all Iranian backed. Okay, and they've been firing on Israel intermittently throughout the whole conflict. So no, Israel did not attack them in an unprovoked manner. I still believe, and you can look at the previous video addressed to Theo Von that I sent, that Israel is attacking Iran based on a directive from Trump that, you know, will never come to light. But if you just, know how to connect dots, which apparently Theo Von doesn't know how to connect dots, and Candace Owens doesn't know how to connect dots, neither does many of these people, Jake Shields, it's easier just to, believe that things are so simple that we can just reduce them down to a simple formula that, just the Jews control everything and it's all their fault. That's basically what these people believe, because they're not intelligent enough to really understand complex, multifaceted political realities that, are not easy to understand. Admittedly, they're not. So, and Iran's getting their asses kicked, okay? Half of their missile launchers have been destroyed. All their nuclear facilities have been hit. The head of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard is dead. Their top atomic general is dead. Their chief of military staff is dead. 9 of their nuclear scientists are dead. Just think about that. Their top nuclear scientists are dead. You know how much brain power was lost there? How much expertise on nuclear weapons was lost? Many of the advisors that Khamenei, your hero, Ayatollah Khamenei has, are dead. And the only reason that he's not dead is because America told Israel not to kill him when they could have, and they listened. Why do they listen? Because they're a proxy state of America. But you guys, because you guys can't connect dots, you can't color within the lines, because I know Theo Von and critical thinking don't really belong in the same sentence. Jake Shield and critical thinking don't really belong in the same sentence. They might be entertaining, but they're not the brightest people. They're just not. I mean, they're not bad people. I don't think Theo Von's a bad guy. I don't think Jake Shields is a bad guy. I don't think they have, malicious intent. I just don't think they're very bright. They're blue-collar, uneducated people trying to, extrapolate upon very complex geopolitical, conflicts that they really don't have any business speaking about. Jake Shields, you can go talk about your, whatever bullshit you want to talk about, and Theo Von, you keep making comedy, because you're not sophisticated enough to understand this. You're just not. You're not. And I know that maybe that sounds arrogant, but I don't really care when you just regurgitate the propaganda that comes out of the anti-Israel mafia, as I call it. I'm going to call you out for what it is. You're a fucking idiot. I don't think you're a bad person. I really don't. I don't think you're evil. I don't think you're anti-Semitic. I'm not saying that at all. I just think that your analysis shows that you're not very well versed at what's going on here, and you really should keep your mouth shut. No, I don't think. I'm not saying that you don't have the right to speak about what you want. That's the beauty of this country, is that anybody can have an opinion and voice it. But I also have the right to give you my retort, my analysis of your misunderstanding of what's going on. And I'm going to continue to do that, and I'm going to do it on a daily basis, because when you make, aspersions about a country that are just demonstratively false, I'm going to elucidate that in the most concise, clear way that I can. And I think I've done a pretty fucking good job of doing that. And I will continue to do that. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. I'm out.